Please welcome Tony and Grammy Award-winning David Diggs and his longtime collaborator, acclaimed poet Rafael Casal. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us,
and congratulations, man, on creating an amazing, amazing film. I had read some of the buzz before I watched it, but it's truly a beautiful story that captures everything. When you're writing a story like this about Oakland, a place that you grew up in, a place that is so close to your heart, like, how do you focus on the most important issue in the story?
Yeah, well, I think for us, really every decision came back to, does it feel like Oakland, for real, for real? I mean,
right.
so you know, it took us 9 years to get this thing made, you know, so we started writing this almost a decade ago. It's been through a lot of changes. What we really wanted, one of the big reasons to make the film in the first place, was because we had never seen our city represented in the way that we know it to be on the screen before. So we didn't think anyone would ever let us actually make a movie, but if they did, we were for sure gonna show our Oakland, you know? So that was the main decision maker, but you know, the film covers a ton of issues that seem very contemporary, but for us it was always about just trying to tell the honest story of these two men and represent their world accurately.
And it really feels honest, because you have this world where you've got your character, David, who is 3 days away from finally ending his probation. You have your character, Rafael, who is what I can only describe as a madman. And yet the most charismatic person ever. He's loyal, he's a best friend. You've got these two that are on this journey together. And what I liked about it is a lot of it was in like spoken verse, like you had written it, you know, like you're walking down the street flowing, you're going back and forth. Is that like a Bay Area thing?
It is. I mean, we're using heightened language to try to condense really complicated ideas into digestible language and time that's fun. That's fun to listen to. That's the great thing about heightened language, right? Is like, it's exciting to take in. And it's been in the theater for so long. Heightened language in verse is the way that we've told stories in theater. And so we were so excited to take on bringing verse to film in this sort of way, where they're not aspiring rappers or anything like that. It's just the whole film is building towards trying to help Colin articulate what he's feeling to the people that need to hear it most, and we decided to use verse to make that happen.
You've also got a situation where your character, I mean, this is one of the most painful themes that was repeated throughout the story. Is your character is now labeled as a felon, a convicted felon, and that line gets repeated throughout the movie. But what's interesting is when you learn the story, and I won't spoil it for anyone, is like how easy it is for somebody's life to end because of a title. That was like a painful experience that you chose to write.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, all of the stories in the film are sort of based on things that either happened to us or friends or family members, but in order to keep it authentic, we took people's real life scenarios and then obviously altered them for the film, but it helped us keep it close to home. If you've ever been on probation, or if you know somebody on probation or on parole for out, you know, if you've been through the prison system, being on probation is it's a series of traps designed to send you back. They're actively trying to send you back to jail, you know, and so once that label gets stuck on you, so many of my friends, like, you know, have a hard time getting jobs, right? Because that label is attached to you. There are all of these other unforeseen consequences. And for the period of time that you're still in this probationary period, there are all these totally insane rules. You know, a family member of mine, I tell this story a lot, was his probation was transferred from San Francisco County to Contra Costa County. It's in the Bay Area. It's inside baseball. You don't care about any of this. But
take it in.
But his probation was transferred from one county to another. He's in the meeting with his new officer, and she's running down a list of things that you can't do. You know, this very standard meeting, running over a checklist. He's going down the checklist. They're done. Blah blah blah. Piss test every week. Yada yada. He's getting up, walking out the door. She says, "Oh, you don't have a dog, do you?" He goes, "Yeah, I do. I have a dog." "Oh, okay. Well, it's not like a pit bull or something, is it?" Yeah, it's a pit bull." "Oh, okay. Well, you don't walk it, do you?" I do. I walk my dog twice a day. I walk my dog. She says, well, don't do that because you having that animal is a violation of your probation in this county. It wasn't in San Francisco County, but it is here, and they will send you back to jail for that. Yeah. So it was happenstance that this woman happened to offhandedly mention this to him, right? You know what I'm saying?
And because if she didn't mention that and he had walked the dog, he could have violated, he would have gone back to prison. And that's really what this film feels like. I've seldom watched a film that's so funny and so heartfelt, but also like there's an underlying current of suspense because the entire time we're waiting to see if your character has to go back to prison for breaking the smallest rule. And then another major theme that we're dealing with the entire time is the theme of gentrification. You know, San Francisco and the Bay Area is dealing with this in major ways, and like this is a big theme in the story.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Oakland, California, San Francisco, we've been going through this massive turnover and this influx of new people that are coming in.
Y'all don't know nothing about that.
Y'all don't know nothing about that here in New York. You know, but that is affecting this community, you know, so intensely, and them sort of in similar and different ways. And my character Miles is so. We always describe him as a minority among minorities, right? He's the only white dude around a community of black and brown folks, and he's been that way his whole life. And now the neighborhood is changing, and he's had to fight so much for space and his identity, and to get everyone in the area to like respect and know him throughout his entire life. And now this influx of people are coming in, and not only are they changing his context, but that he's starting to like get mistaken for what he sees as like, well, they're the colonizers. I'm from here.
Right.
You know, which is, this shit is layered, people. All right.
Can I be honest? That's what makes it amazing. It's a fantastic story. I could spend hours talking to you about it, but I would just tell people, go watch the movie because it is that good. You deserve all the hype. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it, man. For real, man. Blindspotting opens in New York and LA July 20th and in theaters nationwide July 27th. David Diggs, Rafael Casal, everybody.